This is Crompton House Bronze D&V Route 1 Day 2. So after a good night's sleep in the Castle Shaw Centre field, when you're all packed up, what we'll do is you'll be leaving, there's the centre itself, you'll come out, there's a pathway that leads out of the camping field, and then pretty much immediately you'll be turning here along this pathway. Quite basically, if you get to this here, which is Millcroft Lane, you have gone too far. So let's zoom in a little bit more. So from the path, so following this path, you've got Millcroft Lane here then that's parallel more or less to you. You'll come around, there'll be a footbridge, I would have thought, around here for you to cross. And then we're not taking this roadway here. There is another footpath route that you'll be taking that gets you up to this point where the arrow is. From there is this walled path, which appears to be what we're going to be following. Just again zoom out so that we've got more idea of what our situation is. Okay, and the path bends around until you come up and out up here. And now for a short while you are actually going to be walking along this roadway. Not a tarmac road, but a roadway nonetheless, until you get to this junction, and as you can see here we get a sharp then turn. Apologies for the camera work, as it were. Yeah, I'm still getting used to the technology. Yeah, so that's the junction there where we're making that sharp turn, and now we're going in a much more westerly direction, following the pathway, the roadway. I'm trying to trace out here with the arrow. It goes down here, and goes down here, following around here, so you get to here, and then straight down here. Now this is the junction of Wham Lane, which is here, and Delft Road, which is here. You might be able to see the village of Denshaw, which is over here. You'll certainly see a valley in front of you with a stream that's running through it, and on the other side there's an elevated road. This is the road here that takes you up to Grange Bar. And your first checkpoint is actually down here at the bottom of the road. Again, it's likely to be an unmanned checkpoint, so you're going to have to leave a checkpoint marker materials there. When we spin round, for a short distance you're going to be following this tarmac road until you come to this point here. We'll come off the tarmac road, follow this down here, spin. Following this up down here, this over here. You will see up here there's a large building with red signage on it. I can't remember the name of the building now. If you're at that point and you do see two gentlemen stood there with binoculars looking down into the valley, it's highly likely that that's the assessors having a look at you and just checking out where you are and waiting to see you, because when you come up here you'll then come up this road which brings you up to the main road. From the main road we cross over, and again it looks quite simple here that you just go along there and along there. It's not, unfortunately, quite that simple. You'll come up to here and then come along here until there's a telegraph pole. Now that telegraph pole may well have a checkpoint marker on it, but it won't be for Route 1. But what it does act as is a marker for you to actually then go up this path and up here. and then up to this point here. Now this is where you're going to join the Crompton circuit, and if you remember from yesterday I talked about electricity pylons. There's an electricity pylon here. Obviously do not touch it, do not go anywhere near the electricity pylon, but it's a really good landmark for you. So when you get to that point, you know that you're then going to be following this path. It goes down here, and once you're on this path, you really can't go wrong, or rather shouldn't go wrong, until you come out at Grange Bar. You're going to follow the path down here. Path then bends around here, and if when you get to this point, if you've not got your head switched on and you're just following the road, you will go down there, and that will take you well out of your way. And the worrying thing is you will miss out a checkpoint, and the checkpoint is over here. So when you get to this point here, my suggestion is come into this field here and then walk up there, following around. You'll be able to see the road. Let's just drag this across. You'll be able to see this road. You'll probably be able to hear the road as well, the vehicles on it. You're going to come around here and then end up coming out at the Grange Bar junction. Okay, where you've got the road here that goes back to the Black Lad and back towards Shaw, Buckstones Road. Got the road here that will go down to Delft. We've got the King's Arms pub. I think the signage on here, well, it used to be the Varmasaki Indian restaurant. Basically, it's a restaurant, or was a restaurant. Now, the checkpoint marker or the checkpoint staff will be sat in this car park here. Okay. Now from here, and again it looks very, very straightforward, but I just need to give you a pointer here. You go through the car park, and there's a gap here, and then you need to take a bearing, because you're going to be going across a couple of fields here that take you down towards this farm, and I'm just basically tracing out, using the arrow, the routes there that you'll be taking. You come down then to the corner of this field where there's a little gate up here and then through here, and then you will have arrived at Slack Farm, as far as I can make out. You then need to follow this footpath here and then down here to the point where you've come here to Besom Hill Reservoir, which is this small, almost puddle, it seems like, from this image. Right, let's take this up a little bit. So we've got the Besom Hill Reservoir there. You then come down here. We meet up with this path here, and then you follow that path, that track down to get to this point, and this here is Shaw Cricket Club. So you've got quite a big sports area there that you should be able to see. And from Shaw Cricket Club, then you walk around the back of that, around the back of that housing estate there. Keep going on the same bearing until you come to this point here where you take a sharp turn, right angle turn down here. And this eventually brings you out parallel to the tram lines. Okay, you've got the Briar Mill here, you've got Shaw and Crompton Metrolink station is there, and at this point you turn and you walk parallel to the tram lines. Now the path kind of snakes around here. The key point is you come to this point, you get to here, there is a crossing, a pedestrian crossing. Be extremely cautious going over this pedestrian crossing. The trams are really quite quiet, they can sneak up on you, but you can see them from quite a distance away, which is good. So make sure that you are observant of trams, let them go if you need to let them go. You don't have right of way, they do. You then ascend up this hill, quite a steep hill, let's say up here, before going through this farm complex. Now going through this farm complex, I think it's very, very important for you to stay nice and quiet so as not to disturb any people, certainly not to disturb any animals, be they farm animals or dogs. You go out and then down. There may well be, I think there's a couple of parallel paths. You're not going to go down that way. You're going to go down this way. Down here, around here, and then up here till you come out. Now this is the main road, what I would call Top Shore Road, from leading up from the big lamp roundabout. But basically in front of you, you should have behind the wall, you've got St Joseph's Church and St Joseph's Primary School. Find it, you're going to walk down past the primary school, behind the housing estate there on the left, come around here, comes kind of through this housing estate to the point where this is kind of like the back entrance here to Royton and Crompton School, and there is a pelican crossing, pedestrian crossing here, which you take that pedestrian crossing and then go into this housing estate. Okay, and from there carry on that same bearing until you can't really go any further. Left here, this would actually bring you up to about here, and at this point you will probably see it marked as the Crompton Circuit, if it's marked at all. There's certainly a stile that goes into this field, and you're going, making your way here across the field, aiming for Low Crompton, which will be around about here. Once again, we've got a electricity pylon there to kind of help guide your way. Now when you come out, and this is a little bit tricky, you have to go from this field over a stile into this field and then over a stile. You've got then a single track road which brings you, and carry on, follow that single track road up and up. You come out then to this road here. This farm here is basically the Christmas tree farm, where obviously in December they sell Christmas trees. And then you just got to, you're almost home and hosed, almost ready, almost sorted. You come along here, the road, up to Londis, and then from the post office down and into school, and we will finish off in the dining rooms. And that is the end of your expedition.